gentlemen of YouTube, Transformers fans everywhere, welcome back. LPS Last Prime Speculator here to bring you another speculation as always. Hope you guys enjoyed my last video. Today we're going to talk about Liege Maximo. Yes, one of the 13. We're going to talk about Liege Maximo. We're going to learn about his Transformers origins, and we're going to do a little TF education to get started with. Then after that, we're going to tie him in and learn about his origins with the Knights of Cybertron. Yes, Liege is connected to the Knights of Cybertron. Then we will connect it with, all at the end, with the Last Knight and the Trials of Optimus Prime. You guys thought I was done with Prime. No, one more. I've been meaning to post this video and just had to wait a little bit, guys. So sit back, relax. Liege Maximo is pure evil. Pure evil. After defeating Unicron, he wanted to rise into power himself. After the Primes defeated Unicron, they were created to destroy Unicron. His gift was to manipulate Unicron, right? A master manipulator. He is considered the ultimate evil of the 13. His name has actually been banished in a way. They tried to defeat and destroy the name of Liege Maximo. It's considered more of an infection in a way because of his betrayal and trickery. What he did, he was the collapse of the 13, right? He created it because he wanted Solus. He was in love with Solus. I've done a video about Megatron and Solus, which could be tied into the Last Knight as well. His words were Megatron's force to create the Decepticon Empire. I'm sorry. That the words of Liege Maximo were used to basically create the rise of Megatron through the pits of the gladiators. That's where his favorite Prime, the Fallen, could be an argument. But Megatron used the words of Liege Maximo to create the rise of it. He preached it and he believed what he said was true. Megatron, in a way, was manipulated to create the Decepticons through the mind and voice of Liege Maximo, right? He is a network planoids that created by the Cybertronian Empire. He creates plants, uses plants to create this giant hub, like this space hub, almost like a traveling thing, and to become a planet. He absorbs stuff to make himself stronger, and he travels through the galaxy. And away from TF Wiki and everything, his spirit is part of the galaxy, right? He's basically made, my opinion, to get in the mind of whatever's out there that's evil to defeat it. But he became evil himself through the corruption of his own wickedness, right? He's connected to also the pre-Transformers, right? The start of the fall of the 13 was also because of Liege's obsession with getting a step ahead in a way. He started building his own Transformer. He befriended Orion's Prime, the Lord of the Beast, who's a peaceful dude, the Beast of the 13, right? And he became friends with him and started creating his own beast-like Transformer in basically the gates through Hell of Cybertron, right? Found out about this and reported to 13. When he went down there, they sent somebody to investigate, and sure enough, yeah, there was some bad stuff going on, I'm assuming. Beast Wars, he was basically trying to create a Transformer. We could tie that in with the Last Night with the Infernicons. In the depths of hell, they found out about it, and they basically banished him out into the far galaxies into space, which is, he had a Titan. He was loyal and powerful, and he basically left with him. But before all of this, where they both were banished, he traveled in this Titan, is that he created power and tried to create colonies to rise into his word. He basically had, at one point before he was banished and said to be a disgrace and banished from the Cybertronian files in a way, his name is that he tried to create a following and tried to create colonies and rise in it. He built people and believe in his words because he's a master manipulator. That is his gift, right? Now, he's also tied into the Knights of Cybertron, right? You can look this up at TF Wiki. Liege Maximo called with his fellow Primes Megatronus and forced the betrayal of Solus. He blamed everything on Solus and forced Megatronus to basically spark the fall of the 13. It was all based off his master plan after the Knights of Cybertron left, and I'm assuming explored their galaxies like Lockdown said. He sparked the first Cybertronian Civil War. He was the reason of the War of Cybertron, right? He created the Decepticon race in a way. Megatron used his words off of Liege Maximo to create the Decepticon Empire, again through the gladiator pits. He joined forces at one point with Onyx Prime, the Lord of the Beast, like I talked about before. He also, again, created the tribes. Now, after he was banished from when the 13 found out what he was creating, maybe the Infernicons, right? Infernicus, whatever, is that his tribes basically secretly went with him. He felt he had a colony of, let's call them minions, followed him and his Titan that he left in the universe. He was banished, right? He secretly did this behind the Prime's back. The Primes had no idea that Liege took a bunch of Cybertronians with him. Now, he could have now been creating his own transformer, right? Liege Maximo is known as the Great Betrayer. The key word, the Great Betrayer. He's a con artist. He's a manipulator. And he actually has an important role, which I think is very intrigued with the last night, and then I'm going to speculate after this. He has, I don't know if there's an episode, but there's a comic book called Transformers Robot in Disguise, The Trials of Optimus Prime. While Team B fight the Decepticons on Earth, Optimus trains in the realm of the Primes, but both are unaware they're being master manipulated to Liege Maximo. He's tied into literally everything. Like in that comic, he controlled the mind of Optimus Prime, right? He knowingly made Bumblebee watch images of Optimus Prime based on a computer, and watching everything witness, like this whole image of Optimus being evil was not actually happening, where showed the Autobots in Team B, right, the evil side of Optimus Prime. That he was angry, he was vengeance, he was blaming the Autobots for everything that went wrong. Exactly very similar to the last night. He controlled the mind of Optimus Prime. We're going to tie into the last night. I'm getting amped up. We're going to talk to the Prime. He created the fake Optimus Prime. So there was two storylines going on in this comic, right? One side was Team B, where he was fighting against an evil fake version of Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime is fighting against Liege Maximo in his mind of the Trial of the Primes, right? He showed visions to Bumblebee about Optimus betraying Earth and destroying Earth. He traumatized Bumblebee, and the first thing when I thought of when I was reading this, I just thought of those puppy dog eyes where we see him being the very first trailer when Prime grabs the sword and says, "Forgive me," and then you see his eyes, and at the end of it, it was all a joke. It was all a joke, and Liege Maximo thought it was funny, which it wasn't. Now let's talk some last night, okay? Now let's speculate. The main thing that sticks out to me is the planet coming down, right? That planet coming down, I'm thinking it's the Soul of Unicron. But hear me out. Maybe Liege Maximo is doing the bidding for Unicron. Unicron's out there. Liege Maximo, basically through TF Wiki, what we just learned in our TF education, can use plans to create a hub and travel on a Titan. So he uses plans to create a life form, like that Cybertronian, what we think Cybertron. I'm convinced that there's a brain in the middle of that, right? It's a lie. That is clearly a lie. I think it's being manipulated to be Cybertron. If it's the Soul of Unicron, if it's Liege Maximo, maybe not. Maybe Maximo's not in this, but he's tied in. There's grass around that those hexagons. I said that in my very first breakdown, in my first trailer I ever noticed it. That thing did not look like Cyber. It looked like something good in a way, but you look deep down in the middle, it looks so dark and evil. Like Liege Maximo, the definition of evil. Again, back in front with the hub, right? The hub of what the planets. That is a living organism. It's pure evil in that center, right? After reading this, what I explained to you through the Trials of Optimus Prime, I think this movie is about the Trials of Optimus Prime. That planet itself, those hexagons, there's grass on it. It's manipulating, in my mind, to be Cybertron. I think this movie is entirely about manipulation. Unicron is tied in with Liege Maximo. His power is very similar to Unicron's. He can basically use his Cybertronian powers to basically be in the veins of the galaxies, in my opinion, right? They're trying to get as technical and observant as possible for you. This movie with Optimus Prime, we see him being chained up, right? He's being tortured. He's being manipulated, right? We see the spark. I've done a couple of speculation on it. He might have been captured, and they're making the Herald of Unicron. They are literally torturing him, right? He's also a smooth talker. The Maker, Quintessa. I think there's multiple of them. I think there's multiple of her. You hear it in a couple of trailers. Watch it. I'm not going to get back into it. That they are breaking the soul and spirit of Optimus Prime, right? The writers team used and dug deep into TF lore, right? This is pretty similar. Is him being a master manipulator, right? Has some ties in with the Quintessons, in my opinion. They were master manipulators, right? He wants to be in power. At the end of the day, the Primes are in power. Maybe Optimus is the last Prime, right? Optimus could have died at the very end with the seed and the spark. They could have captured him. He made a deal with Quintessa where basically, I'll make you a deal, Maker. You could do whatever you want. Give me Optimus Prime. We all get this. He's using his charm on her, right? And she captures Optimus and basically could put in that blood infection on him, correct? That is all a contract. So he's Liege Maximo could be getting manipulated by Unicron, right? Unicron could be manipulating Liege. Liege is manipulating Quintessa. Quintessa is manipulating Optimus, and then vice versa. All goes on, and then everything they see in this never happens. It's the trial of Optimus Prime. Now back to we'll talk about the Infernicons now, right? The Infernicons could have been the beast that was created in hell of Cybertron that Maximo was trying to create. He had followers follow him. He befriended the beast. He was trying to create his own beast-like Transformers. The Infernicons and the Dips of Hell, I don't think it gets much closer than that. They are pure evil. Maximo is pure evil. I think those are pure evil. Maximo is connected to the Knights of Cybertron. His whole goal was to be in power. He said after the Knights explored the galaxies is when Maximo took his power. He can't beat the Knights. He waits for them to leave and then gains his power through his ability, his manipulation, right? He could have made a pact with Unicron. So with the hub the planet size, what if he got some power from Unicron, kind of like Galvatron? He's a Prime. Liege Maximo is a Prime, right? It's a Prime that no one would expect, and he's said to be dead or banished or gone. No one knows where he is because the name's gone. Where Unicron found him, made him a deal, manipulated him, and he can look like Cybertron. That would be a manipulation of Optimus Prime. Primus is Cybertron. Primus is Cybertron. He's the maker of the Transformers, the good guy, right? Optimus Prime is, I believe, in the soul, body, whatever. He's still in there. We all know he's still in there. Where that would be a manipulation. Where he thinks he's talking to Primus, Maximo's using his power, right? And it's actually not. It's actually Maximo who's in with Unicron. Now, the Infernicons, the part of Prime getting punched in the face, I think is very significant because if you look in the background, look in the very back, you see they're skipping. They're like floating away, almost like they're zombies. I think that this is a whole manipulation, and Maximo is also being manipulated. And here's the thing with the whole thing why the system could be corrupted. This is called the Trials of Optimus Prime. I believe we are going to witness, in a way, a attention crucified of Optimus Prime in a way, okay? That he is going through his redemption trial to basically show his worthiness, and I think he's going to end up dying, which is unfortunate, right? When he's getting punched by those things, you see they're floating in the background. That when my buddy Wes Snip, shout out to Wes, he pointed this out. He said there's a scene where he's looking up and he thought he's going to die. I told him I disagree, but I told him I looked up. When Prime looks up, he's recognizing something like that could be Steelbane. Like he literally is taking the pain because he cannot hit an Autobot. Those are zombies. But back to the whole manipulation. Optimus being the last Prime, being our hero, being in our way. The biggest thing we know to Primus in the live action universe. I'm not saying he is Primus, but as close as it comes to the live action universe, where he would be the only one that possibly could live and defeat this evil. What if the Matrix is gone and him being a Prime and being one with the Matrix already, that's corrupting the whole system, and that's what making everything go nuts. Because also, if you look at that ship, you see the veins on there. You could see the infection of that ship. The Knights are Autobots. Dragonstorm is confirmed to be an Autobot. I did my last video about how Megatron was the leader of the Autobots in Beast Era. Optimus hunted the Beast in Beast Era. Dragonstorm convinced him to become the next Prime, being guided by Primus. Liege Maximo could be responsible for the whole thing of the last night. He could be the whole ideal version of Unicron. Unicron could have said, you'll get your power, but at the end of the cry, Unicron is going to get what he wants to get him, right? Maximo wants to be, probably wants revenge in a way on Optimus, right? This is all about manipulation, and literally these whole scenes with Optimus might not even actually be happening, right? Is that there's two Optimuses fighting, the one that's slaughtering being and creating hell, which we see, and then the one that's going on in his mind. So basically those are two things going on. That Optimus, I think, has to defeat that side, which is being punched by Called Steelbane, and then we see him slaughtered by B. I think at the very end, I don't know if you guys remember this. Do you remember that part in the first trailer where he wakes up and he's all rusted up and beat up and his eyes light up, and then she goes, oh my god. Right before that, he turns on as he awakes. What if that is actually the real Optimus Prime? So guys, Talked a little bit of Liege Maximo there. I hope you guys enjoyed that speculation. I know I was really passionate about that. Yeah, Infernicon, Knights of Cybertron, the Trials of Optimus Prime. Again, this is all about manipulation. My Maker, I do, can all be one master manipulation. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that speculation. If you're new to this channel, again, we dig deeper than most channels. We speculate. To my subscribers, I love you so much. Stay tuned for shoutouts. I got them right after this. Alright guys, let's do some shoutouts. Wes, Nip, I hope you enjoy your movie, bro. I told you I'd get you. There you go, bro. These are the people that did hashtag Long Live the Last Prime. Super Pixel Warrior 99. Remember, I said if you did hashtag Long Live the Last Prime, you get a shout out. And these are the ones that I owed some shout outs, and the ones that I just been there since the beginning. And I love my community that we've got, our community, guys. So here we go. Hashtag Long Live the Last Prime. Super Pixel Warrior 99. Tony Crawford, what's up, man? Leon Echo, as always. The Riddler, as always. Tina Airlius, as always. Smiley Bird 9, as always. Devin Prime, Master Builder 164, Sandman 09, Swag King 18, Diego Perez, who did hashtag Long Live the Last Prime, Scars 930 CZ, go see it. He's got an amazing score track. Drift Lover, Ray Data, what's up from the UK? Luke Transformer, welcome to the channel, bro. David Hickle, what's up, brother? Hope all is well. Antonio Young, man, welcome. Obey Jackson, bro. Love the enthusiasm. Stanley Blaze, as always. John Bennett. Nasha Gamer, bro. Since the beginning, Megatron Decepticon. Aaron Johnston, welcome to the channel. And RG1 Gaming, as always, guys. I love you so much. Again, if you're new to this channel, we speculate, we have fun. To my subscribers, hopefully you could do something again. Let's do hashtag Long Live the Last Prime again.